Hi, my name is Angela Autry and I am a student at the University of Tennessee, and today I will be discussing what is food chemistry. Why is there a need to study food chemistry? Food chemistry is important because it needs to be studied because most foods in America are processed and have chemical additives. Additionally, many issues of food concern cost, quality, variety, convenience, processing effects, and chemical additive effects. The relationship between food chemistry and other food science disciplines, are very intertwined. Food science, according to Phenome's food chemistry, is a science that deals with physical, chemical, biological properties of food as they relate to stability, cost, quality, processing, safety, nutritive values, wholesomeness, and convenience. Food science also involves bacteriology, chemistry, biology, and engineering. Food chemistry is a major aspect of food science. It deals with the composition and properties of food and the chemical changes it undergoes during handling, processing, and storage. Food chemistry is intimately intertwined with chemistry, biochemistry, physiological chemistry, botany, zoology, and molecular biology. Our food chemists have a significant role in the food industry. Food chemists study the physiology of post-harvest plants and post-mortem mussels and the changes they both undergo when exposed to a variety of environmental conditions. The food chemists study the conditions suitable for sustaining residual life for fresh market fruits and vegetables. But then they also study the incompatibility conditions so that they are in order to have long-term preservation. Additionally, food chemists are concerned with the chemical properties of disrupted food tissues like flour, fruit, and vegetable juices, as well as modified and manufactured foods. Single-cell sources of food like eggs and microorganisms, and one major biological fluid is milk, that they also are very concerned with the chemical properties of and the disruption of. There are many ways to approach the study of food chemistry, and food chemists have established an analytical way to study food chemistry through facts derived by experiments of food formulation, processing, and storage stability. The four components to this approach of studying food chemistry are: 1. Determining the properties that are important to characteristics of safe and high-quality foods. 2. Determining the chemical and biochemical reactions that have important influences on loss of quality and or wholesomeness of food. 3. Integrating the first 2 points that I just named so that one understands the key chemicals and biochemical reactions influencing quality and safety. And 4. Applying this understanding to various situations encountered during formulation, processing, and storage of food. Now, I'm going to go into each of the 4 components a little bit more. The first one, determining those properties that are important to characteristics of safe and high-quality foods. Safety is the most important need of any food. All foods at the time of consumption should be free of harmful chemicals and microbial contaminants. One example is during canning production. Commercial sterility is applied to not allow Clostridium botulinum to grow. The general phrase for this act is specific set of heating conditions for a specific product in a specific package. A lot of specificity. Given these specific conditions, one can calculate the optimal time/temperature conditions for the quality product, so that in order to make it a safe product. The second one I mentioned was determining those chemical and biochemical reactions that have important influences on loss of quality and or wholesomeness of foods. Chemical reactions may alter the quality or safety of food during production by the involvement of different reactants and substrates. One example is non-enzymatic browning, which involves the reaction of carbonyl compounds, which from existing reducing sugars, such as oxidation of ascorbic acid, hydrolysis of starch, and oxidation of lipids. The third thing I mentioned was integrating the first 2 points that I just named so that one can understand the key chemical and biochemical reactions influencing quality and safety. The presence of chemical reactions has an effect on the safety and quality of a product. By combining the first 2 points, one can better understand the observed change in food during production. Each class of compound can undergo its own characteristics type of deterioration. Lipid oxidation and carbohydrate degradation can lead to destruction of nutrition value, to off color and off flavors. However, during these same reactions during cooking can lead to many flavors and colors that we actually want from our products that have been cooked. Additionally, the fourth bullet I mentioned was applying this understanding to various situations encountered during formulation, processing, and storage of food. Temperature is the most important variable because of its broad influence on all types of chemical reactions. The Arrhenius equation can help estimate the effects of temperature on an individual reaction. The Arrhenius equation is not always accurate and does have some deviations to where the equation is not as effective. These deviations include 1. Enzyme activity may be lost. 2. The reaction pathway may change or may be influenced by a competing reaction. 3. The physical state of the system may be changed. And 4. One or more reactants may be depleted. And another important variable is time. Time is important because it lets us know the time with respect to chemical and biological changes during a time period. One interest is the time it takes to inactivate a particular population of microorganisms. This relationship between temperature and time is the rate of temperature change. This reveals the rate at which microorganisms are destroyed and is the rate of the temperature change, which allows you to know how to cook it accordingly. Another important variable is the pH because of its influence on chemical and enzymatic reactions. pH can accelerate acid and base catalyzed reactions, but it can also inhibit microbial growth, which would be good, or enzymatic processes. Finally, another determinant of reaction rates in foods is water activity. Water activity strongly influences the enzyme catalyzed reactions, lipid oxidation, non-enzymatic browning, sucrose hydrolysis, chlorophyll degradation, and many others. Most reactions tend to decrease in water activity below the intermediate range of moisture foods, which is 0.75 to 0.85. However, the rate of reaction does not always decrease according to below this range. In fact, the oxidation of lipids actually will increase and accelerate at low water activities below this intermediate range. Additionally, food chemists have an important role in society. Why should they be involved in society? Well, food chemists should be involved in society for three main reasons. Food chemists have a higher education and knowledge of specific skills. Food chemists have an impact can have an impact on the general public's welfare, including food supply, cost of food, the nature of food regulation, healthfulness of the population, and much more. Food chemists bring out the facts of food-related issues. If the food chemists did not get involved, the voices of unqualified individuals would prevail. Food chemists should guard the ethics of the scientific community. They should be involved in the following types of where they can be involved in the society. 1, they should participate in pertinent professional societies. 2, serve on governmental advisory committees when invited. And 3, undertake personal inactivities of public service nature, which can involve newspapers, journals, legislators, government-regulated speeches before a civic group, and much more. It is important for food chemists to educate the public on food and dietary issues. This is not always easy to talk about, since a large portion of the population believes in false notions about food and dietary practices. Other individuals will be difficult to educate about food because of religious practices or cultural heritage. The population has also experienced chemophobia, which is the fear of chemicals. Many individuals believe that food additives are hazardous and life-threatening. Unreliable sources say that the Food and Drug Administration, better known as the FDA, is ineffective and unconcerned about the population's health and allow greedy companies to poison our foods for profit. However, food chemists must lead the public to the right direction. One way they can do this is educating the public on the validity of an article. The 3 signs of validity of an article are: 1, the credibility of an author; 2, the appropriateness of literature citations; and 3, the credibility of the publisher. Even when you follow all these 3 criteria, there are still some disagreements among the professionals, but more on a scientific level with facts, not opinions. Overall, food chemists and the study of food chemistry are very important to our society, since food is such an important part of our life. Thank you very much. And my facts came from Feeman's Food Chemistry, edition 3rd. Thank you.